Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Taking a quick look here at Fetch.AI. I got this request multiple times from the same YouTube subscriber. Thank you, Jeremy, for requesting and obviously your support. So sorry I couldn't get to it sooner just based on the fact that I've been feeling funky the last few days and today's kind of the first day I'm back on track. So I wanted to prioritize this and let's go ahead and do so now. So if you are new to the channel, just welcome aboard. I hope you can learn something today. If you want to become a better trader, CryptoCash.tech is a site. Link down below, check it out. We got some really cool community members and more important, a trading academy, university effectively, and obviously trade signals too. I share all my trades with my members. So check that out in your own time. We're taking some nice healthy profits here recently. Just a quick little heads up. Premium Plus, tons of long positions. Chainlink, ADA, ETH, Solana, XRP, Solana, the list goes on. So awesome scalps there. And of course, we took a nice little swing trade here recently with Crowcoin, 20%. But hey, you guys got to keep in mind, $1.57 billion in buying activity in the last 15 minutes, roughly an hour ago. And of course, prior to that, just note as well, 849 million. So we're looking at somewhere in the range of $2.5 to $3 billion getting flooded into Bitcoin right now. Okay, a lot of coins are going crazy. So just please understand that's kind of going on right now. Take a look at Fetch.AI. We're going to see if this is worth keeping a long position open or closing it. However you see, let's look at a larger picture first though, just so we can kind of identify a few things. Let's look at the weekly here and just kind of see where we're at. So moving averages on the weekly, totally good to go. In other words, you're completely bullish. There's no reason to bet against this coin. Truth is, the price could pull back. We do have some resistance levels here that have been broken recently that we may want to consider as support levels if the price doesn't pulling back. Keep in mind too, with our overall Elliott Wave scenario here, again, the 4 needs to be higher than the 1, but generally speaking, the price pulls back to this 0.5 level at about 70 cents. That would be a best case scenario for another leg up, right? Because the truth is, we are basically two legs up and 2 legs down, looking for our 5th and final wave once the price pulls back, if even at all, right? So the easy way to understand it here is that just because that could happen doesn't mean it will, all right? So please understand, just because I'm showing you this as a potential reality does not mean it's going to happen. We got tons of support below us, previous resistances. We're over 70 in the RSI, MACD converging here, stochastic converging, money flow index is high. There's really no reason to consider shorting this coin, okay? But from a macro perspective, we are getting to an overextended state, if you will, and it wouldn't be surprised if we do pull back. But we're only about 3 weeks into this here, and it literally could see another 6 weeks of continuation of the upside. All right, but once more, this is kind of a little closer look here at that potential retracement, and just know once more, if these 3 levels are hit, it would be a solid entry just based on the fact that's a more recent high here at this 0.382 82 cent range. So my speculation would be 82 to 90 cents would be a really solid entry for a long. Again, that's if the price pulls back. We don't know if that's going to happen. But you can see we are fairly well overextended, but it's pulling back very minorly and only pulled back to this 0.786 level there at about 98 cents. So again, decent little hold. Sorry, 0.236 level at 98. So between 98 and 82, I would say is a solid amount of support based on that scenario there. Now, if we take a look at the bigger picture here too, zooming out a little bit, we kind of look at the volume. The overall sentiment here is volume is heavily accumulated at lower price ranges. But if we zoom in a little bit further and kind of go with this most recent uptrend, we have the most amount of volume, excuse me, minus that lower level. Let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit further. We can see the heaviest amount of volume is right here at about 52 cents, 53, okay? So again, these are some pretty big ranges, folks. There's no doubt about it. Taking a 100x leverage trade at any one of these levels would be a bad idea. I would recommend spot trading a coin like this just based on how crazy volatile it is and how much it's moving right now. If we do look at the daily time frame, we're above all moving averages. We can see stochastics trying to swing up once more, holding above 70 in the RSI, money flow index pulling back. These are all signs that the price should be able to sustain where it's at. There's no reason to consider, again, shorting into this coin. So if you insist on shorting, just watch it closely is all I ask. If you're not the shorting type, good for you. Kudos to you. You lower your risk automatically by not doing that. Secondary consideration, as I mentioned previous, is to consider a long between 82 and 90 cents. That would seem like a probable bouncing point if the price does pull back to that level. Now, there's no indication it's going to. While we are overextended, we got tons of money flowing in this coin. So if you look at all this volume, again, all the more reason to expect the price to be able to sustain where it's at and go higher. Those are just things we need to kind of pay attention to and look at. So we understand all that situation there, and we look at liquidity. There is a little bit more liquidity up here. We could very well see this $1.25 retested. So the reason why that's important is because that was a more recent high, or no, correction, sorry, that is the most recent high. So if the price does pull back, we could very well see that retest and then pull back down again. That would be effectively a double top, or generally speaking, it can also happen where the price goes up and use that as a support and continues higher. But with only one test of that level, it seems more probable the price could pull back here soon, again, to these minor regions here. Again, I don't think we're going to see a monumental drop, but I do think that the price action is more realistic between 82 and 90 cents as a solid entry consideration. But once more, we're looking at all the moving averages. Everything's great in the 4-hour time frame. Take a look at all these other indicators here too. We're over 50 in the RSI. Money flow index is still high. We are looking at a pretty solid situation here for the price action to be able to continue to maintain where it's at. My only consideration, again, see me personally, when I see situations like this, I don't like to take a long right here. Even though there's a good chance we'll see that upper liquidity level swept at 123, it seems just too risky to try to long the top, right? Now, you could say the inverse too. Is it risky to short the top? Yes, it is, because we don't know the top's in, right? So it's one of those catch-22s here. You're tremendously safer waiting for a better long, in my opinion, down here. And then, of course, if the price does break this level and holds it for a little while, then maybe a consideration for a long at that point. But why get greedy? I mean, there's a good chance if you're watching this video in the first place, you're probably already in a solid, long position, and you're just kind of curious about taking profit. So more importantly, the best thing to do in situations like this is move your stop loss higher as the profit goes higher, and to ensure you secure profits, because there's no guarantees it's just going to continue to run forever. But the macro does imply we have a pretty significant continuation potential once we have a pullback. Okay, is that pullback going to happen now or later? We don't know, but we are absolutely performing very well on this coin, and there's no solid consideration for the price pulling back right now. Again, I know I'm conflicting a lot of things here. I'm basically contradicting a lot because I'm saying don't go long, don't go short. But you got to understand, folks, a lot of trading is just kind of staying on the sidelines and waiting for the right opportunity. And this coin just seems a bit on the overextended side for me personally to want to take a long position. I would love to take a long at a much lower price point just to ensure we have a better chance of taking profit. We take a look here at the hourly. This is something that's actually a confirming factor to not leave your long position open. The lagging span is intersecting with the price action while we're above the cloud for the last 3 or 4 hours. That's really good. Conversion line is barely above the baseline, and we're not in like a situation here where this is like a prime scenario. Okay, so I would say honestly, if the price does end up closing, maybe say 113, 114 or higher today, then it probably has a higher propensity to go up here and to sweep this upper level liquidity that we can see on the 4-hour time frame, right? But if we can't close above this level here, we got a lot of resistance here at about 113. We cannot close above 113 today. It seems more likely we're going to see that pullback. So again, to me personally, when I see this, I'm not. There's no sign to short and there's no real sign to long. So once more, 95% of trading is waiting for the right opportunity, and we don't have that yet. To me, a good opportunity would be, again, a solid closure today on the daily at 114 or higher, and or a pretty solid closure at, just say 104 if you insist on shorting. Make sure you wait for confirmation. But the price, I would say, has a stronger likelihood of pulling back to the 82 to 98 cent range. That just seems more probable to me. Once more, just based on a macro overextended scenario here for this coin, it's certainly too high for my liking. And once more, I try to avoid coins like this, but if I were to trade it, spot versus leverage would probably be the recommendation here at this point. And if you use leverage, low position size, low leverage, maybe 2-3x. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but once more, you got to play safe, folks. And if you use this, if you do a high leverage trade, for example, expect to lose it just to be on the safe side, and use a small percentage of your portfolio, maybe 2 to 5% or less. Okay, just some friendly advice. Most of my community members that are in my community right now that have been trading, sporadically for the majority of life, come to find out it's tremendously beneficial to use low leverage and low position sizing. Like, what was it? I think somebody here recently had mentioned that, what was it? Yeah, Giancarlos. Look at this here. Always using low leverage, low position size. Benefit of Forex leverage, not getting liquidated. Guys, I don't know if you like getting liquidated or not. It seems to make no sense at all. Make sure you use low position size, low leverage. Anyways, conversation for another day. Thank you so much for watching. Last thing but not least, FET.AI, Fetch.AI, however you want to call it, FET, is getting added. I put a request for Bitunix to add this to their exchange. So ideally, in the perfect world, here in the near future, when they add 200 extra or 200 plus trading pairs, that'll be available here. Again, link down below for that, cryptocash.tech if you want to visit our partners page, but use this link, you'll get nice benefit rewards and no KYC or VPN in the US, Canada, etc. Awesome stuff. Be sure to check it out. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll see you next one. Take care.